Right, hello. Well, it's Saturday the 18th of April. So the plant sale is on the 25th. The Garden Club plant sale is on the 25th. So thought I'd just do a short video just to show what I'm growing, and we'll see if they'll sell to raise a bit of money for the Garden Club to pay for speakers for the next year. Right, okay, let's have a look round. So, on the ground here, we've got little seedlings, a lot of seedlings, a few box there. That's Brussels sprouts and other greens. I've got some veg and some plants. Right, so over around outside the conservatory, we've got a couple of small plastic greenhouses. What have they got in them? So some cosmos in there, and catmint. Quite a lot of catmint. Cats really like catmint. The actual catmint plant, I'll show you. But in other of these little plastic greenhouses, that one's got marigolds, or calendula is the posh name for them, and cornflowers. Oh, and I've got some beetroot on that bottom shelf there. So yeah, the actual catmint, when it's grown, looks like that, and the cats really like it. They can sit on it and like the smell. So that's a few things there. Now let's have a look. Then along by the kitchen window, I've got lots of peas and lots of runner beans. The runner beans are mainly homegrown runner beans that we've got an awful lot of, and then there are peas and a few Brussels. Those are Brussels sprouts. These ones here are Brussels sprouts. So, peas and beans, Brussels sprouts. Then what have we got here? We've got, I think that's cornflowers. Hang on. Oh, that's a cat over there. Where's the cat? There's a cat. That's Daisy the cat. So, as I say, there's cornflowers, and then more of the marigolds or candenulas. Bit of cosmos. Some. What are the? I think those are agapanthuses. They take a while. That's agapanthuses. And then more marigolds, more cosmos. Then I've got about 6 trays of, this is just one of these meadow mixes you just buy to throw on the ground, and a sort of spare bit of ground. So they're a whole mixture of plants, but they're doing okay. We'll sell those as trays. Further down, I got quite a lot of things that didn't really make it. And then round the side of the house, we've got the cat again there. So yes, got a few more things here. Dianthus, a few dianthus, some rhubarb, more runner beans. We got some other plants, a few sunflowers, not enough really. I think I should have done more sunflowers, but you don't get an awful lot in a packet. More Brussels sprouts, I think that's okay. More peas, more cosmos, a few hollyhocks, some herbs there. Those multicoloured ones I think are yuccas, that's from my big sister. And then what have we got? We've got a hydrangea there, and whoops, by the cat, there's another rosemary. There's a cat, and there's a rosemary. And then in this other plastic greenhouse, we've got more. This is mainly cosmos. Quite like cosmos. That's Nigella, actually. That one. says it's Nigella anyway. Yeah, I think it's Nigella. And then that small Cosmos, various named varieties, Cupcakes and various other ones. Cosmos. In another week, I don't know, I don't think any of them have flowers. It'd be nice if some had flowers, because flowers would sell better. But anyway, we'll see if we can raise enough money to pay for speakers for the next year. So yeah, I've planted another wisteria in that corner, which is growing, and then the big wisteria at the front, which I've shown on previous videos, that grows around the side. So I think they're pretty, it's not I don't think it's, well, anyway, it's similar variety anyway. But so I'm trying to get them to join up, and so they get to Janine's window, which is upstairs. And then I've got these roses, which are doing well on the sort of diagonals. I'll just show you the roses growing up to Janine's bedroom, a bit like, I don't know. So that's a rose on one side, growing up with some honeysuckle mixed in with it. And then we've got another rose growing up there. Almost got to Janine's window, which is up there. That's Janine. Those three windows there are Janine's bedroom. And then, as I say, I've got roses growing up there, and then we've got a cat that's just playing there. Right, so anyway, so we've got lots of trays and pots and things, which we're going to try and sell off to raise money for the garden club. Was successful, definitely successful last year. I'm hoping my children and grandchildren will help me set up the tables the night before and help with transplanting all these things. They were very helpful last year. I was a bit poorly, but I might do a video, well, I will do a video in May, early May, and I'll just let you know whether it was a successful plant sale. That purpley there is a bit of honesty. I always leave some of that around. Need a bit of honesty, particularly with President Trump. And that purpley is lilac, which was Linda, Janine's mum's favourite plant. And I'm really pleased the Pieris, which is kind of got reddy coloured leaves, has sort of survived. It was in a pot, but it gives a little bit of colour. It struggled, but it's definitely alive now. And the broom, or whatever that is, that yellow one, is quite spectacular, actually. Yep. Okay, so cheers, everybody. I'll do another video in May, just to let you know how the plant sale went. Cheers, everybody. Bye.